How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Let me go ahead and take these headphones off. I just got done filming a video for you guys that I posted 1 or 2 days ago, depending on my schedule and when I posted these videos. It was a video testing to see if a car alternator would be bulletproof or not, and turns out the 3 guns that I tested, it actually was. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. It's the previous video before this one. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But today, right now, on this current video, we're going to be talking about coyote hunting, and the reason being is I absolutely love talking about coyote hunting and predator hunting, predator control, coyote control, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love talking to you guys about it. So today is kind of going along with the coyote hunting tip videos that I've been doing over the past 2 or 3 years now, and it's not gonna really branch off of the tip video. This is going to be more of a calling style video, and what I want to talk about is my top 3 calls, or my top 3 sounds for that matter, that I like to use whenever I'm going out in the woods and I'm going to chase these coyotes in January and February. I may have talked to you guys a little bit in the past about what type of calls to use in the dead of winter, what types of calls to use in the summertime, but I want to talk about my top 3 calls. If I had to completely do away with every sound that I had, or every sound that could be made out there, what are the 3 calls that I could take with me? What are they? And I'm going to start off with a coyote howl, and the reason being is because a coyote howl can be done in so many different variations that it can be applied to just about any time of the year. So what I'm talking about is in January and February, when these coyotes are rutting, it can be used in a very aggressive tone, being a very young male saying, stay out of my territory, this is my area, this is you know, my breeding grounds. It can also be used as a very lonely female. Hey, you know, I'm a lonely female over here, I don't have a mate yet, come over and see what the heck's going on. 2 different kind of tones for the exact same time of year. It can also be used in the summertime after these pups are pupped out and they start kind of wandering away from the den, and they get a little curious and they get that little, you know, adventure in them, if you want to call it that. If you play a very, very young coyote howling, it's going to trigger not only one, the curiosity of those young pups that are in the den that are roaming around, but it's also going to pique the interest of those very, very mature alpha females, as well as those alpha males, because their first initial instinct is, hey, why are my pups out of the den? Why are they over here in this area? Or why is somebody else's pups out of their den, and why are they just letting them run amok inside of my territory? So it kind of covers all of the bases right there. The other thing that it can cover is it can be very laid back. It can be very nonchalant. Hey, I'm a coyote in the area, just kind of hanging out. I'm here. I want to let you know that I'm here. Howl back, let me know that you're here. So you can take that howl and you can use it all the way from being really, really aggressive to being really, really laid back. And to me, that is probably the most important sound that can be played, because it covers 365 days a year. And I know some people are going to argue that a rabbit in distress is probably that call for them, and it very well may be. But here's the thing, when those females get on those dens and they're nursing and they've got them pups rounded up inside their den, they're not worried about chasing rabbits and eating rabbits and trying to go fight an owl or trying to go fight another coyote to try to get that rabbit. They're not worried about that. Their mother instincts kick in, and as an all-around sound, I'm taking one of my 3 calls to be a coyote vocalization of some sort, just for the simple fact that there is so much versatility in using that sound. The second sound that I'm going to be taking with me is a rabbit distress, some type of cottontail distress. Now, some of you guys are probably going to ask, well, why not a jackrabbit? Because there's so many coyotes out there in the western states that just love hearing that jackrabbit sound. That may be the case, but here is the thing. A lot of those guys that hunt out west that do have jackrabbits around, they still use eastern cottontail distress sounds. Even though some of us around here in North Carolina and the South that don't have jackrabbits, obviously we're not going to play a jackrabbit sound because it doesn't really sound natural. It just sounds like a ginormous rabbit the size of a dang raccoon out there or something, and it just doesn't sound that natural. So all over the country, people are using a Eastern Cottontail Distress, and that's one of the sounds that I'm going to be taking with me, because you can play it again in so many different variations. You can play it really soft, really quiet, just kind of, hey, you know, nothing's too crazy excited, almost like a coaxing sound of, hey, come on in here, take a look at what's going on, everything's okay. Obviously this rabbit is in distress, come by and get you a free meal. Or you can ramp up that volume and you can be really sporadic with it, and you can really get these coyotes fired up, charging in, ready to come in and get them a meal, which is going to be an awesome sound to play in that November to December time period when these coyotes are feeding up for the dead of winter and trying to get ready and put on as much weight as possible for their upcoming breeding season. That is just a die-hard killer call. So that's the sound number 2 that I'm going to be taking with me. So number 1, we got a howl, some type of vocalization. Number 2, we've got a Eastern Cottontail Distress. Not a jackrabbit, but a Eastern or some type of Cottontail Distress, something that's a little quieter, a little softer, a little smaller of an animal. That's going to be the sound number 2 that I'm taking with me. And the sound number 3 that I'm taking with me is going to be a Coyote Pup Distress, and the reason being is that sound right there is responsible for more doubles, triples, quads, and I don't even 5 coyotes at a time. It is the absolute most popular sound for killing multiple coyotes on a set that is out there on the planet. So there is no reason that I'm not going to be using that every single time I go into the woods coyote hunting. It's just something about that sound. It doesn't matter what time of year it is, fall, winter, summer, spring, whatever it may be, these coyotes cannot stand that sound. And I love finishing up a slow set with blaring a Coyote Pup Distress, because some of those coyotes that just kind of come in and lock up at 300-400 yards and just kind of sit there on their haunches and listen and watch and listen and watch, and you never know they're there. When you switch over to that Pup Distress, man, sometimes it absolutely fires them up and they cannot stand it, and they come in barreling. And like I said, it is responsible for a lot of multiple kill sets. The reason being is, let's say you have a coyote come in on that howl, or you have a coyote come in on that rabbit distress that you're starting your set off with, and he's got 2 or 3 buddies out there in the woods, and they've got that one random coyote that's in their pack that tears off running after the rabbit, and then all of a sudden, bang, and then they hear something screaming, and it's a Coyote Distress screaming, or a Coyote Pup Distress. They're automatically saying, man, something has jumped on our partner out there. We need to go, and we need to go help him. And guess what? Here comes the other 2 or 3 coyotes right along with him, and they cannot stand it. So, with that being said, the top 3 sounds that I am taking with me in the coyote woods forever and always is going to be a coyote vocalization. Depending on what time of year, depends on the tone behind it, the cadence behind it, how fast, how often, whatever it may be, the time of year is going to dictate that. Number 2 is going to be a Cottontail Distress, not a jackrabbit, but a Cottontail Distress, because I like being able to vary how loud or how soft I can get that sound, and it's not too aggressive on those coyotes that are a little shy at certain times of year. Number 3 is going to be that Coyote Pup Distress, because man, who does not love calling in 2 or 3 coyotes at a time after you just rolled his buddy out there in the field? So absolutely my top 3 calls, that's them. They're coming with me no matter where I go in the country hunting. They are going to be in my pocket playing almost every single time I go and do a set. That's not saying I'm not using other sounds while I'm out there, but if I had to pick 3, those are the 3 that I'm going to pick. So hopefully this video helped you guys out a little bit. Hopefully it kind of gave you some inside knowledge on what I use and what my go-to sounds are, because they are responsible for killing a lot of coyotes, and they can be really effective when they are used in the right way at the right time of year. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button up here in the top left corner. It means the absolute world to me, guys. I cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your busy day to watch my channel. I will be sure to bring you guys along on all of my videos coming up, whether it's hunting, fishing, shooting, gun reviews, coyote tips, turkey tips, whatever it may be. You guys are going to be right there with me hanging out, and I can't thank you enough for that. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.